What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome once again to the Roll Up for the Win podcast. This is episode, I've lost count. Danny, we've got some news to cover. Some things have happened in the past 48 hours or so.
Yeah. We got some sightings of Zelina Vega in the Performance Center. Supposedly she was doing segments being filmed walking The Rock's daughter into the Performance Center. So that might be her new client.
I saw that as well, which gets me excited about the prospect of Simone Johnson starting her wrestling career, because she's been training with NXT for, I think, a couple of years now. And
at least during the entire pandemic, because she's been in like the NXT recruits part of the crowd thing for forever.
Yeah.
So she's been there for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see how she does as a wrestler.
Yeah. And this whole Zelina thing apparently started well before WrestleMania. So they kept it under their hats for a little while. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, this is something I haven't had a lot of chance to do research on, but I heard the same thing. Apparently, this has been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
Because like there was so much, I don't know if bad blood is the right word, but when they parted ways, it wasn't
pretty.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't a nice, amicable breakup, if you will. So what do you think?
Yeah. I think they've actually come to some sort of agreement with the third-party stuff for sure. I think maybe she's going to get a Patreon and give up that OnlyFans page, because I think that the perception of OnlyFans is kind of like sex worker type of thing. So yeah. So if you want to shake that image, fine, I get it. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think that they're dumb for not doing it earlier.
Extremely dumb, because with all these Twitch channels and everything, it's something they got to embrace. Like these wrestlers are going to figure out ways to make more money, and they're going to lose certain people because like
just do the Matt Hardy thing. Just take a I don't know, 5%, 10%, whatever off the top, and that's it. The wrestler can keep the rest.
Not like WWE needs it, but
no, they don't need it, but you are using their character to sell to subscriptions, right? So
yeah. No, they can come to an amicable agreement for sure. That's good for both parties.
And I never understood it, because like Kofi got to keep his, and so did AJ Styles and Xavier Woods. Those guys all got to keep some stuff, and she didn't. So
yeah, it seems
Paige is on there, and she's on she's on payroll. So what are you doing?
It seems very picky and choosy, very, very selective.
Yeah, it seems very, very WWE.
And it's always kind of been like that. You remember, I don't know if you ever heard the entirety of that CM Punk Colt Cabana podcast from years back when CM Punk first retired. I know I've played clips for you in the past, but I think in that podcast, he talked about how he wanted to do like some kind of sponsorship on his shorts or something like that, something to that effect. And they denied it. But
like Lesnar does?
Right, exactly. So Lesnar comes back in 2012, and his first match with Cena at that, at the next SummerSlam or whatever. What does he have? He has a big Jack Link's beef jerky advertisement on his shorts.
Yeah, his MMA stuff.
Right. So very selective. It's kind of like they bend the rules when they kind of feel like it.
Oh, I guess, I don't know. Lesnar's literally the only one. So
to this day, a decade later, he's still the only one.
And then there's people that like I don't know if they just refuse to give them merch, but I remember like what's his name? Eric Rowan, when he was at WWE. He would just come out like in random band t-shirts. Like he just went to Hot Topic, picked out a shirt that week, and just came out in that.
Him and Brody. They would both do it for weeks. They would do run-ins with like band t-shirts.
Well, Brody always had that dirty wife beater. He didn't really do the band t-shirt, but the other one, oh yeah.
Eric did, yeah.
And I knew it, and I noticed it way more when he like did that tag team with Daniel Bryan for a while. I was noticing it more and more because I was like, wow, he's wearing it. Because I'm like him. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that really obscure band.
Yeah. It's weird nowadays to see a guy now run out in WWE in that super showy WWE merch. That's not the most fashionable, but they always come out wearing it.
I think they're embracing the less is more. I think because I really dig every single shirt that Roman Reigns has had.
Yes, I like Roman Reigns' new merch. As much as I respect John Cena and even like John Cena at times for certain things that he does, it was ridiculous. He had from head to toe covered in merch.
To quote a famous WWE legend, he looked like Fruity Pebbles.
Like he shot out of a box of Fruity Pebbles. Exactly. And they got a Fruity Pebbles sponsorship.
Leave it to The Rock to get a chant going for Fruity Pebbles, though.
Exactly. So, so we had that. So Zelina Vega's coming back. It looks like that's a step in the right direction as far as third-party stuff is concerned with WWE superstars. They got to embrace it.
Keeping our fingers crossed that that's the situation.
I hope so. I did hear earlier today that Chris Jericho wearing that arm brace is due to a legit elbow injury that he may need to sit out 4 to 6 weeks because there's a fracture there or something. And it seems like they teased the Stadium Stampede match, possibly.
Yeah. And side note, which is why I was skeptical on the actual injury. Not that he needs to have that fixed in order to do the other thing, but he's apparently going on tour this summer with Fozzy somewhere. So
okay.
I don't know if that's after Stadium Stampede or what, but he's definitely taking a break.
Yeah, they're probably finding a way to, like, that match will probably be a way to write him off TV. Where I would assume the Pinnacle probably comes out on top in that match, or it's just some big spot where he falls from a huge thing and he's off TV for 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even think it's that much. I think it's like a 2-month tour or something. It's small.
Oh, wow. That's really small.
Yeah. It's super small, very select cities. They're dipping their toe back into the touring thing.
Gotcha. All right. So we had that. And then also we got...
And live shows. Live shows are coming back.
Live shows are coming back. We are going to the July 7th show in Miami. Unfortunately, it sounds like Jericho won't be a part of it, which sucks, but whatever.
I know. I was really looking forward to being part of the children's choir.
I know. I know. And that'll be I think that's the first stop in the tour. We'll be the first live show.
It is.
We'll be the first live Dynamite with fans again.
It's the 7th, which they may just tease that somebody's going to debut the following week because everybody is actually due up for their 90 days on that July 14th show.
Which, man, we missed it by a week. Damn it.
I know. Damn it. Texas.
I know. Texas is going to get all the... They're probably going to get like two big returns or something, or 2 big guys or girls jumping ship.
I think I've got 3. It's just the Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Samoa Joe.
Billy Kay, Samoa Joe, and who was the other one?
Peyton Royce.
Oh, Peyton Royce. The Iconics. What do you think? Do they have another name, another tag? Or they were only a tag team in WWE, so I don't think they have another name.
No, just I don't care what they call it.
Literally, like, you know, when you right click for synonyms on Microsoft Word, I think that's what they're going to do.
Just do another name for iconic.
Exactly. Kind of like the Lexicon de Champion, like just change.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
Just use another word for the same thing.
Change the language.
Exactly. I think that's what they'll do. Yeah, I like those 3. Samoa Joe, I think, is destined for AEW. I think it's a perfect landing spot for him.
That's where the money's going to be. I mean, Impact could probably throw the sink at him. I don't know if he'd go back.
Yeah. And what do you think about I've heard rumors of the plans for Andrade are come to AEW or TNA or whatever, because the forbidden doors between all those companies have been blown wide open. So
yeah, his scheduled first match is apparently going to be versus Kenny Omega for the AAA Championship down in Mexico. That's going to get more eyeballs on the AAA Championship, I think. And since the door's open, he can show up wherever.
What do you? I mean, we've discussed this, that I think the guy that eventually takes the titles, or at least the AEW title from him, will be Hangman Adam Page. But what about Andrade as a possibility?
No.
Maybe the AAA title.
The AAA title, I feel that the way that you'll see Kenny start to crack when he loses one championship, and then he'll lose the Impact one, and then he's only left with the AEW championship, and he's like freaking out, like trying to protect his baby, and then he loses it, and then he just goes nuts.
Right. I see that happening, but
he just loses his grip on reality type of thing.
Right. Maybe by because Revolution's in February, maybe Revolution next year, that's when he loses it to Hangman in front of a full crowd.
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome. All right. So before we run short on time, let's go over this WrestleMania Backlash card.
Do it.
So let's start with, we'll build up to the main event. Let's start with this match first.
All right.
IC title match. You got Big E versus the champ Apollo Crews. So tell me, what do you see happening here? What have you liked about the storyline? What have you not liked? What do you see the outcome here?
It's totally something WWE would do. I think it ends in a DQ because I think that this is going to be some four-way type of match between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Big E, and Apollo Crews. Those four.
That would totally be a WWE thing. But you know what? This is one of the rare times I think I would.
You know what? Just for fun, throw in Shinsuke too.
You know what? Those are 5 of the most talented guys in the company. I would not mind a match between those 5.
Yeah. And make it a ladder match. Make it brutal.
Ladder match, and honestly, those 5, I don't know who would win it, who would come away with it. I think it should be Big E. Or actually, no. It doesn't have to be Big E, because I think Big E eventually beats Roman.
Yeah, I think it's KO. KO deserves a run with it.
I agree.
I think he's the dude. And then have Sammy try to chase it. That would be hilarious. It writes itself.
Yes. He tries to become friends with him again or whatever. Some sneaky thing. And
insert shenanigans here. As long as there's Sami Zayn dancing along the way, I don't care.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, we got a Damien Priest versus The Miz in a Lumberjack match.
Yeah, obviously we know who's going to go over in that one. Damien Priest. Hopefully it's over and we're done.
Yeah, I haven't. Aside from Bad Bunny being such a pleasant surprise at WrestleMania, one of the best parts of the whole pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think the whole rivalry has been rather silly.
It has been silly. One thing that I think may come from this is I think we finally get Johnny Drip Drip to turn on The Miz.
That'd be great, because nobody sells their partner turning on them better than The Miz.
Yeah, and those two would have a fantastic match. And then, John Morrison can either go after because he's on Raw, he can either go after the US title if he wants to, or he can we can elevate him if you seriously build him up and don't make him a joke to the main event.
I don't see that happening, but he's so talented, they really should showcase him more while he still has some gas in the tank, because I think he's in his early 40s already. Yeah,
I think he's 42, 43.
Yeah, it feels like it's 2007 all over again. Morrison's back. Lashley's back. Friggin' who else? There's a couple other examples. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, SmackDown Tag Team Champions. You got Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, who, by the way, I've liked a lot as a tag team, versus Dominic and Rey.
Okay, here's my 2 cents on this. I think they lose it to the Mysterios, but the Mysterios don't hold on to it very long, because I think that the Usos being back is that all of them are going to get titles. Usos, Roman, everybody's got belts.
Yeah, that whole everybody in the stable and the heel stables got belts, I think works. I think it's one of the few things WWE does all the time that actually works. I think they should do it. I agree.
It's believable.
It's very believable. And you got to really push the Usos because I do think they eventually turn on Roman. I still love that idea.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And you got to make them look strong when they do it. It's got to be believable. So next we have Rhea Ripley, the champion, versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
I think Rhea retains. It's a little too early in the run to make her look any kind of weak.
It seems like they've now put all their eggs in the Rhea Ripley basket.
I think so.
They've invested in her. That's what it feels like. So I think they leave the title on her. Did you see Batista's comment? Like, did you hear about that? Like,
that he was like,
Asuka jobbing out, really?
Yeah, it was. I was like, he said like WTF or something like that. I was like, okay, he's on the Asuka bus, but she had damn near a whole year with it. So
she did. But
I think it's Rhea's time. I mean, I really hope they don't do that twice in a row to her. Let her have the title and lose it to friggin' Charlotte. That would suck.
Charlotte's apparently has to break her dad's record before, she turns 34, I guess. While she's still in her early 30s.
The only thing that I can see if they're going to do it is Charlotte basically gets a manager in Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville helps her win this match.
That'd be intriguing because I like Sonya. I like her as a manager. I think it's intriguing. I still think if there's ever a Paul Heyman girl, Charlotte is perfect.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For that whole stable with her and Roman and the Usos, I think that would be just phenomenal. That's just my opinion.
I'd honestly like to see Naomi get it and see what she can do as a heel. I don't know if that's possible.
Naomi would be a great fit for obvious reasons. She's married to Jimmy.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be dope. Okay, SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. I think Bianca goes over. You gotta keep the title on her at least for another 3 months, I think.
Yeah, and I think they're building slowly. Maybe not so slowly. Maybe friggin' next week SmackDown, we've got a full-blown feud between Bianca Belair and Carmella, because they specifically mentioned like she beat Ruby Riott in a match last week on SmackDown, and they were like, "Oh, you think this puts her in contention for the title?" And I was like, "No." I was like, I love Ruby Riott, but she always loses.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think Ruby Riott should have a run with the tag team championships. They're being held hostage by Nia Jax and fucking Shayna. Like, it's the worst.
Shayna should be a singles competitor.
And absolutely wrecking people, not getting pinned by everybody in a tag team match. She's gotten pinned by Lana. She's gotten pinned by friggin'...
Gotten pinned by everybody.
I was like, come on now.
I don't get it. Okay, Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. I am very much looking forward to that match. Obviously, Roman retains.
Yes.
However, how do you see it going down?
Ooh, I think he beats him clean. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he beats him clean. I think he beats him clean. But then somehow, like, Roman is just offended that he is still breathing after the match. So Jimmy, Jay, and Roman start putting a beat down on this man hard. And who comes to save him? Seth frickin' Rollins.
I eventually do want to see a Seth Rollins Roman feud.
And I think it's gonna happen sooner than later, because they kind of teased it last week on SmackDown.
Yep.
When he was like, "You handle your family or I'm going to."
Yes.
That might be what happens there.
Yep. I see it. And that's probably going to be a triple threat at the next pay-per-view.
Oh, it could be. It very well could be.
Which, 3 talented guys, that's one triple threat I'd be okay with. So you see him going clean. I see him beating Cesaro. I like everything you said, except I think he gets a little help from the Usos at some point. Minimal help.
Maybe.
But for the most part, I think Roman.
I think, I don't even think it's a pin. I think it's like a guillotine and Cesaro passes out. Like that's.
Like doesn't tap, he passes out.
Yeah, just like Daniel Bryan.
Right. All right. So, quick aside. Daniel Bryan, do you think he's gone? Because I don't think he is.
Expectations are for him that he's going to come back. He just needs to recharge his batteries. People within AEW expect him to stay with WWE.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm Daniel Bryan, I'm listening to what they have to say.
You mean other companies?
Oh yeah, because if he said it in an interview, he just threw it out there. He was like, "Yeah, I want to stay with WWE when I want to wrestle with other promotions." And we know that somebody's not really good with sharing. Let's say Vince apparently failed kindergarten, and he doesn't like sharing. And so if that happens, that's huge. But if he truly wants to work with other promotions, and that's what will bring him joy, with new challenges and not the same people fighting him, being in feuds with over and over again, if that's what he really wants, I think AEW might be the route to go. It's not terrible.
Yeah, because
it would be a huge blow to WWE if he leaves. Given that he's married to a Hall of Famer, his father-in-law's head of talent relations, wow. It's nah, I'm gonna go to the other company. Bye.
Now the connections are deep. Okay, so now the main event, what is at least tentatively listed as the main event. I think it's going to be. I think Roman goes on last, but the main event, WWE Championship triple threat: Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman. What do you see happening here?
Your thoughts?
I think Lashley retains. I think it's like a 15-minute match. I don't think it's going to be that long. Unfortunately, Drew has been losing more and more steam with every passing week. Again, I say unfortunately because he had such a dominant run in front of empty rooms. It still hurts me. But yeah, I see Lashley. It's not going to be a long match, 15-minute match, but I think Lashley comes close to losing because Strowman is involved. But I think, he pulls something out of his ass and he wins.
All right. I think McIntyre could pull it out. Only because I think there is a money match to be made in WWE's eyes. I don't care for the actual match, although it is somewhat intriguing. I think there's a money title match between Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal down the line.
Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal. Yeah.
They were in 3-man band together. They've had similar stories of getting the boot, and then you come back looking like a different friggin' human. And they've had similar stories. And then upon return, they get injured and had to go away, and then you come back, and they have eerily similar story, and it's crazy. I don't know. Bring back Heath Slater to be the guest referee for that one. I don't care.
Can you imagine if they just bring back 3-man band?
No, they should never do that again. However, if they bring him back, just to be the special referee for that match, my head would explode.
I mean, just for a one night kind of thing to look what they look like now.
Oh yeah. The 3-man band should be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, one of them's going to the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah. I think that there's a big push with WWE India happening.
Yeah.
And I fully believe that Jinder Mahal will be the face of that division.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal, and then that one dude who debuted against The Miz the other night looked pretty talented. So they got some talent.
Oh, Mansoor, right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's he's the Saudi guy. He's only wrestled at the Saudi shows up until now.
The Saudi guy. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's the one that won like the Greatest Royal Rumble, and like he's like undefeated. He's like 49-0.
That's right. He did win the Greatest Royal Rumble. Because I don't normally. I'll be honest. I don't watch those Saudi shows anymore. I've soured on them because of.
I watched the first one, and that's the one that stuck in my head the most. And he was on it.
Titus World Slide. That one.
That same one. So
the greatest birthday gift they've ever given me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, man. Interesting card, and yeah. So that's what's in the news in the wrestling world. Anything you'd like to add?
No. I mean, we've also got Double or Nothing in a couple weeks, so excited for that. It's going to be awesome.
That's on the 30th, if I'm not mistaken.
It's on the 30th. It's on a Sunday. But the next day is Memorial Day, so we do have it off.
So it's like a Saturday.
Yeah, they planned it correctly.
Yeah, no, I miss AEW. It sucks that they switched to Sundays. I loved it when AEW did their stuff on Saturdays. It was awesome. I love Saturday pay-per-views.
Yeah, so should everyone.
The UFC does it that way, and they're hugely successful. I know, like, thing is, Vince is very much like, but it's like wrestling has always done it on Sundays, so we should keep doing that.
Yeah, okay. But you keep your audience awake till fucking midnight. No thanks.
Yeah, I have to go to work the next day. Yep, exactly.
And the fans in attendance, good Lord. I'd leave early just so I'd have to.
Oh my God, those 7-hour shows. Yeah. No, thank God they decided to do 2 nights for Mania.
Oh, I fully hope that that's how they keep going forward.
They will. Yeah, no. That's how there is a template because Wrestle Kingdom has been 2 nights forever. So.
I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You sell double the amount of tickets.
Right. You sell double the amount of tickets, double the merch, double the concessions. More, they were already swimming in cash, but you just added more cash into the pool. It's overflowing.
Oh, I know. That's like calling this thing Wrestlemania Backlash. It was like, how much do you want to milk this cow for?
For all of it.
It's dry, bro. After night 2, it's dry.
I read a meme yesterday. It was Mr. Burns from The Simpsons going, friends, family, religion. These are the 3 beasts you have to slay to make it in business.
Fair enough. That's true.
Immediately I thought of Vince.
Money.
Yeah. So that's why
every time I hear Mr. Krabs, that's who I think of. Mm-hmm. Vince McMahon. Money.
All right. So I think that does it for us. Yeah. We'll be back next week to kind of recap WrestleMania Backlash and, the fallout and all that stuff.
And see what's going to happen from now to Double or Nothing.
Exactly. All right, sir. Well, signing off. It's been Roll Up for the Win. See you guys next time.
See ya.